Imagine this: you finally have all the free time you wanted. No deadlines, no responsibilities. Sounds amazing, right? But fast forward a few days, or even weeks, and suddenly, that sense of freedom starts to feel suffocating. You feel tired but haven't done anything. You feel restless but have nowhere to go. You feel like time is slipping away, but you have nothing meaningful to fill it with. Today, we're diving into an overlooked issue: why having too little to do can be just as dangerous as being overwhelmed. And more importantly, how to escape this trap and reclaim your energy, focus, and purpose. Because the real secret isn't unlimited free time, it's balance. Most people think having nothing to do is a luxury, a reward for all the hard work they've put in. But there's a paradox at play: when you go from being busy to suddenly having nothing to do, your brain doesn't magically relax. Instead, it starts to crave structure and purpose. This is why many people who retire or take long breaks find themselves feeling lost or even depressed. The problem isn't the lack of work, it's the lack of engaging activities that give life meaning. When we have too little to do, we don't necessarily use that time wisely. Instead, we fall into mindless routines, binge-watching, endless scrolling, or overindulging in things that don't actually make us happy. Instead of mindless habits, we need to fill our time with activities that truly nourish us. True rest isn't about doing nothing, it's about doing things that bring fulfillment and joy. Our brains are wired for stimulation. Studies show that when we aren't actively engaged in meaningful tasks, we become more prone to stress, anxiety, and even depression. The brain functions like a muscle. If you don't challenge it, it weakens over time. Too much idle time can make even simple choices feel overwhelming. With no external distractions, the mind tends to overanalyze, leading to self-doubt and overthinking. This is why some of the most anxious moments happen when we're doing nothing. The brain, left unstimulated, starts to create problems that weren't there before. The key isn't to stay busy but to stay engaged in what truly matters. When the brain lacks meaningful engagement, it searches for quick dopamine fixes. This often leads to: the more unengaged we feel, the more we turn to easy distractions. And the more we indulge in them, the more sluggish and unmotivated we become. Have you ever told yourself, "I'll just watch one episode," and suddenly it's 3 a.m.? That's because boredom tricks the brain into craving stimulation, even if it's not the right kind. Becoming aware of this cycle is the first step to breaking free from it. Boredom isn't just an inconvenience, it can take a real toll on your mental health. Without purpose, people start feeling like they're wasting their life. Too much time to think can lead to questioning everything. When you feel like you have nothing to contribute, you may avoid others. This is why lack of purpose is just as dangerous as burnout. Both leave you feeling drained, but for opposite reasons. But there is a way out: finding purpose in small, meaningful ways. Interestingly, the ancient samurai never allowed themselves to be idle. Even in times of peace, they followed strict routines, practicing swordsmanship, studying philosophy, and refining their character. To them, a meaningful life wasn't about eliminating work, it was about staying engaged in things that mattered. In modern terms, this means finding daily activities that stimulate your mind, body, and soul, whether it's learning, creating, exercising, or giving back to others. A life of purpose isn't about constant busyness, it's about meaningful engagement. Like the samurai, we can cultivate a life of discipline, growth, and meaning, one action at a time. If you found yourself stuck in the cycle of doing too little and feeling lost, here are 5 powerful ways to break free. Instead of trying to fix everything at once, start small. Even one daily goal creates momentum. Challenge your brain with something engaging, whether it's music, coding, or a new language. Physical activity isn't just for fitness, it resets your mind and energy. Connecting with others prevents isolation and brings fresh energy into your life. Ask yourself, what excites me? Then, make time for it daily. Breaking free starts with one step. Choose one today and move forward. The truth is, having nothing to do isn't a blessing, it's a hidden danger. Without purpose, time slips away, and energy fades. But here's the good news, you can take control. By filling your time with intentional, meaningful activities, you'll not only escape stagnation, but also rediscover energy, purpose, and joy. The choice is yours, fill your time with purpose, and life will become richer than you ever imagined. Now, I want to hear from you. What's one small step you'll take today to add more purpose to your life? Drop it in the comments below.